Welcome to Deep Dive Defense, military and aerospace enthusiasts. Over here we give rare insights you won't hear elsewhere. Today's topic focuses on a worldwide unique strategic missile launch concept unveiled by Iran 5 years ago in 2020, never to be shown again. This revelation occurred amid heightened tensions, as Iran perceived threats of a potential strike, even with nuclear weapons, by the then outgoing Trump administration. The system in question is a one-of-a-kind type of tunnel complex, constructed deep within the heart of a mountain. This launch concept was historically regarded as the most survivable missile basing concept during 1970s-era U.S. trials for next-generation heavy intercontinental ballistic missile, the MX Peacekeeper. At that time, however, the prohibitive construction costs led the United States to abandon this approach. Known as the hard tunnel portal launch concept, which was engineered to endure massive salvos of nuclear strikes while retaining assured second strike retaliation capability. Drop a like to push the channel, and let's start. Iran typically avoids publicizing facilities of such strategic importance, which are critical to national survival. Yet the escalating tensions of that period compelled Iran to disclose capabilities intended to deter U.S. military action. This facility is acknowledged as the most robust category of Iran's so-called missile cities. A link to the video further detailing this topic is provided above. Conventional Iranian missile cities rely on Mobile Transporter Erector Launchers, TELs, which depart tunnel complexes via the exits or newly bored emergency exits to execute launches. In contrast, these new portal tunnel complexes more closely resemble traditional ICBM silos, highly hardened to withstand overpressure levels exceeding those survivable by any known ICBM silo. Additional advantages include a significantly higher launch rate and the inability of reconnaissance assets such as satellites to detect impending launches, a vulnerability inherent to most mobile TEL systems. Effectively, portal launch-equipped missile cities ensure Iran can sustain missile operations even if nuclear-armed adversaries like the US or Israel employ nuclear strikes against these bases. These bases also enable assured launches of large ballistic missiles, with sizes suitable for intercontinental range. This represents a remarkable capability, particularly for a nation like Iran, which is not an official nuclear power but a latent one. A critical enabler of such advanced missile cities was Iran's mastery of ultra-high-performance concrete, UHPC. This material is essential for reinforcing portal areas lacking sufficient natural hard rock overburden, such as high-grade granite. Only concrete with such exceptional mechanical strength can resist the extreme overpressure generated by tactical nuclear weapons, thereby preventing destruction of the portals, a prerequisite for maintaining launch functionality. It should be noted that he expected damage caused to the portals can be cleared for the short duration of the launch operations. Given that these missile cities would expend their entire arsenal, comprising hundreds or even thousands of ballistic missiles, within a short time frame during a high-intensity conflict, very few nuclear delivery systems could reach the bases quickly enough and achieve the precision required to position a nuclear detonation sufficiently close the portal pits and doors. Only such precise placement could generate overpressure levels high enough to critically damage the ultra-high-performance concrete structures shielding the portals. As high-priority assets for the IRGC Aerospace Force, these missile cities are heavily defended by layered air defenses, which protect the geographically constrained facilities. Adversary bombing operations involving fighter bombers like the F-35 are effectively ruled out during the initial days of a conflict. Other stealth platforms, such as the B-2, lack the low observability needed to penetrate these defenses intact and deploy high-precision bunker-buster bombs or guided nuclear bombs. Standoff nuclear-capable weapons like Tomahawk and JASSM cruise missiles also face significant challenges, as they can be countered by point defense systems such as the Ninth Day Short-Range Air Defense System. Additionally, the placement of launch portal pits within steep mountain valleys limits the possible attack vectors and trajectory geometries required to strike the target from an angle that could cause critical damage. Only highly advanced next-generation standoff missiles, such as the Israeli Golden Horizon air-launched ballistic missile equipped with a supersonic glide vehicle, possess the range, speed, low radar and thermal signature, as well as maneuverability necessary to evade these defenses. Such systems can maneuver within the restricted attack vectors, to strike the portal pits from optimal angles. However, even these cutting-edge weapons, available to only a handful of nations, still remain vulnerable to interception by point defenses like the Ninth Day system. This is due to the defender's ability to concentrate such assets and prepare extensively when operating under time-limited conditions. A defense operation that would only last mere days, and when the protected facility is a confirmed high-value target, eases air defense considerably. To passively neutralize nearly all known nuclear weapon threats, the missile portals are embedded within deep pits, drilled into hard rock, and further reinforced with ultra-high performance concrete. This berm-like design ensures that the nuclear blast wavefront is deflected away from the portal door openings within the pits. The doors themselves are engineered to withstand extreme overpressure levels caused by a nuclear blast. Beneath these doors, the missile launch chamber is situated below a deep shaft bored into hard rock and lined with UHPC. Down at this level, the launch chamber is protected by additional blast-proof doors, constituting the secondary layer of the portal's protection measures. A rail system featuring autonomous rail wagons transports a magazine of 5 large liquid propellant missiles, such as the Imad and Khorramshahr types, safely into the launch chamber. Upon arrival, the blast doors seal shut, and the missiles are launched sequentially after the portal doors open. Once the launch sequence concludes and the upper portal doors close, the chamber's blast doors reopen, allowing the autonomous wagon to return to the rail tunnel network for reloading. At this protection level, the rail tunnel likely incorporates a blast trap, a dedicated tunnel designed to channel and waste or dissipate the energy of an explosion harmlessly. The primary tunnel leading deeper into the complex is positioned perpendicular to this dead-end blast trap, protecting it from the blast wave. This concept is not a single tunnel, but an interconnected rail network, as missile cities utilizing portal launches feature multiple portals and autonomous launch wagons. These wagons retreat to deeper, more damage-secured reloading areas after completing their launch sequences. These reloading zones involve human personnel responsible for missile handling and loading. The distance between these areas and potential blast zones is carefully calculated to ensure nuclear detonations cannot generate vibrations intense enough to compromise the structural integrity of the hard rock tunnels or their respectively utilized liners, preventing rock debris from collapsing into the sensitive manned sections. This reloading area is particularly critical because the missiles loaded onto the rail wagons are in a fully fueled state, with warheads already attached. This dangerous area contrasts sharply with most of the missile city's safe sections, where empty booster stages are stored securely within the deepest part of the mountain tunnels, isolated from risks like accidental explosions and protected by blast-proof doors separating all compartments. Similarly, the missile's liquid propellant components, fuel and oxidizer, are stored separately within the complex. This compartmentalization drastically reduces explosion risks, as neither component alone can initiate the chemical reaction required for explosive combustion. The most hazardous elements stored in the facility are the high-explosive unitary and submunition warheads, which are housed in isolated, separated sections. This ensures that any damage or sabotage would result only in localized destruction of these lower-value warhead components, rather than catastrophic failure of the entire complex and its missile arsenal. Such compartmentalization and inherent safety measures are feasible exclusively with liquid propellant ballistic missiles, which remain unfueled until deployment. This safety framework would not be possible if the Aerospace Force opted to base solid propellant missiles within the portal complexes, as their pre-fueled nature eliminates the option for component segregation. Hence, Iran's missile cities disable the potential for a catastrophic cascade effect caused by a single explosion, destroying the whole base, by elegantly utilizing all these safety features. In summary, Iran's unique portal launch system derives its formidable deterrence value from 2 factors: unparalleled resilience against nuclear strikes and the rapid-fire capability of its large liquid propellant ballistic missiles. These attributes render it nearly impossible for most global militaries to neutralize the system's firepower swiftly enough to prevent devastation of their critical assets. Current assessments suggest the primary missile systems deployed in these portal complexes are the Khorramshahr 2 and Khorramshahr 4 ballistic missiles. These platforms can be easily modified into intermediate-range ballistic missiles, or, with lighter warheads, even intercontinental-range missiles. Consequently, these missile cities arguably represent the IRGC Aerospace Force's most potent strategic-level asset. Their survivability against nuclear attacks, extended operational reach, and immense firepower, coupled with the sheer volume of missiles they can launch, position them as a near-invulnerable challenge to any potential adversary. It gives Iran's IRGC Aerospace Force a strategic capacity effectively only nuclear powers have. So that's all for today. If you liked it, give a thumbs up, comment, and subscribe. It really makes a difference in the YouTube algorithm and is a great support to the channel. The Real Enthusiast can become members and given access to exciting membership area material. Thanks for your support and motivation. See you next time.